is going on, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Daily Energy Newsbeat Stand-Up here on this gorgeous Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. As always, I'm your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in Dallas, Texas, joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, energynewsbeat.com, Stuart Turley. My man, how we doing today?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hey, how was your 4th, dude?
It was good. It was hot, but we survived. Unfortunately, your 4-day weekend is up. So we apologize for everyone for having to go back to work. But you can do it. There's line of sight to Friday. And you can stick with Energy News. We've been with you here all week, and we will continue to be here with you up until this weekend is here. You know, you guys may have rested on the 4th. We did not. We have a great show for everybody lined up. Stu, hard at work making sure Energy Newsbeat is the place for all of your energy news. First up on the menu today, Von Geyser, quote, major reevaluation of gold and precious metals is imminent. Stu said one of the major themes of today's show is the de-dollarization, so get ready. Next up, he'll still have to convince me how this follows into the show, but Keanu Reeves has a message for China, how the U.S. needs to listen and follow Keanu's example. Again, still skeptical, but Stu will sell us on it. Next up, UAE announces plans to invest $54 billion in energy and triple down in renewables. Yikes. And next, Independence Day 2023, quote, why? This is a play on words here, but Stu will cover specifically what energy independence means on this July 4th as we record this here at about 2:45 actually on the 4th. So hard at work for you guys. The markets were closed yesterday. Well, today as we're recording this, so nothing really new other than oil sitting at $71. So this will be a quick one, and we'll let you get on out of here and back to your Monday, back to your Wednesday, which is probably filled with unfortunate meetings. So, stay strong. Again, line of sight to the weekend. Before I kick it back over to the studio, guys, again, all of these articles courtesy world's greatest website, www.energynewsbeat.com. Stu does a great job curating that website, making sure it stays up to speed with all of your energy news. Dashboard energynewsbeat.com, the best place for all of your energy news. Email us questions at energynewsbeat.com. All right, Stu, where do you want to begin?
Let's start with Von Geyser. Major revaluation of gold and precious minerals is imminent. Dun-dun-dun. Okay. Now the time has now come for 99.5% of the financial assets which are not invested in gold, silver, or precious minerals mining stocks to grab both of the investment and wealth preservation for an opportunity of a lifetime. Why do you think that is, Michael?
Well, I mean, I think this author is arguing that the dollar is shot and that the only thing that that's going to hold value in terms of a go forward basis is physical commodities. And he's arguing gold is the best place, which may or may not be wrong. I mean, granted, this guy's writing for a website called goldswitzerland.com.
I'm okay with that. And here's why. He brings up some excellent points. BRICS is not interested in opportunities, happy to turn with the wind of success. But the big thing here is, so when the West, especially the U.S., licks its mortal wounds, the East is looking forward to the coming feast. Ooh. And the line under that is the dollar is no longer as good as gold. There was a time when the U.S. dollar was as good as gold. And until 15 August 1971, sovereign nations could exchange dollars for gold at $35 an ounce. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this. Oil starting to be traded in the yuan. We've seen India. We ran a story yesterday with India, transacting crude oil in yuan. It's coming. And where the petrodollar ends up, what it ends up being, whether it's gold, whether it's another currency backed by BRICS, who knows? I think this author gives a good idea for gold. I just think the problem is there's not enough gold to go around. The reason why you move to a policy that the reason why you move off gold is because there's only so much gold to go around. The supply only increases by 1% a year. Guys like Safudin Udamus would tell you that's why you need gold to be. That's why you need gold to be the currency, because there's only 1% inflation here. The question is, how do we get back to a currency backed by gold? Russia has shown a little bit of a model. Russia seemed to shown a little bit of a model in that they've moved to a gold-backed currency, held up pretty well. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the world does it. But BRICS is definitely moving to something other than the petrodollar. We know that.
And China's taken the lead on this. They've been buying more gold than ever possible before. And you know why they're doing that?
Because they're Chinese. I don't know.
Because they don't want you to have it.
That's a good point. Well, good thing I don't have any of it.
All right.
But you know who wants it? Keanu Reeves.
Absolutely. Hey, did you see all of the John Wick? Hello, Mr. John Wick. Hello, Mr. Wick.
I saw the first 3.
Okay, you got to see 4.
Okay.
4 is sweet. And I think they got a 5 coming out, even though you think he croaks, but they leave it like he croaks. But anyway, I always love the John Wick. Here's where this kind of goes. Did you know that Keanu Reeves was from Tibet?
I knew something of that nature, that he was born in a lot of time in Tibet or something.
In Beirut. Yeah, he was born in Beirut. He will perform at the 35th annual Tibet House U.S. benefit concert, and he's performing as a musician.
Wow.
I thought that was cool.
Interesting.
Not only can he shoot you in the kneecaps, he can play for you while you bleed out. That's not bad. Now, here's where this fits in. He is standing up, not like all the rest of Hollywood. Hollywood is bowed down, and just like our administration, let balloons fly over. And then they, by the way, if you want anything, Mr. China, thank you for all your payments in the past. If you stand up to them, why is Tibet important, Michael? I was shocked. I didn't know this.
Well, I read the article, so I won't spoil it, but I'll let you
it's the water well of the entire area. It's water.
250 million people across 10 different countries in Asia, including Bangladesh, Cambodia, China, India, Laos, Burma, which is Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, Thailand, and Vietnam, rely on this source. It's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
This part of this energy independence means that we got to stand up to China, because they could care less about us. And the only way that we can survive as a nation is to be energy independent. Only then can we regain the world stage. That's why this fits in.
Okay. Well, I agree with you. Being energy independent is something that would bring us back to the forefront of being able to control our own destiny, instead of being dragged left and right as the world wants us to.
There's a couple things about Keanu Reeves I loved all of his movies, but it's really funny. Did you see his early one on when he was the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures?
No, I saw Point Break with him.
Wasn't that great?
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
It's a good one.
You gotta see his ones with Bill and Ted in Excellent Adventure. Who would have guessed that he would have turned into the star that he did? But I love it because he does not care about anybody else.
No, he's been red pilled.
We need our own red pill here, baby. Okay. UAE announces plans to invest 54 billion in energy and triple renewable. Why is this important? Out of the UAE, United Arab Emirates, the United Arab Emirates plans to triple its own supply of renewable energy and invest up to 54 billion over the next 7 years to meet its growing energy demands. Do you know why this is different than Germany in California.
No.
Okay, here's why. Because they're funding it with their profits in oil. They're not printing money. Hello, McFly.
Hello, McFly.
They're not printing money. I think that if we go to renewables, which we do, I'm all in. I don't care what power source we use, nuclear, wind, solar, but you got to pay for it without printing money. And if you got a profit source and a cash cow of oil, yeah, I'm in. So,
well, I mean, if Dubai and specifically the UAE is an interesting case study in the fact of they will, regardless of how much energy they produce locally and produce in-house, they're always going to be reliant on energy imports, if only because the fact that they live in a desert and need, gigawatts and gigawatts and, of energy in order to power themselves. So, they also have 15% of their energy being met by nuclear. Hopefully that goes up under this spending.
Yes. I consider nuclear renewable, especially with the new technology that's coming around the corner, where you're going to be using nuclear waste. I'm really excited.
I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody about small modular nuclear reactors. I was like, did Stu get to you? How did he get to you on my off day?
SMRs. I love me some small nuclear reactors, modular reactors. I still use my interview with Thomas Jam from Copenhagen Atomics, and I hope they just rock on. They're going to have an assembly line, and I can't wait to fly out and visit with him in Copenhagen. You're going with me.
All right, last story for today.
United States. Dun, dun, dun. I'd like to thank our founding fathers for just a moment. Independence Day. Why? Now, it's a little play on word in the title there. This is an excellent article. The United States energy independence achieved in 2020 has been sacrificed at the altar of climate change, terminated with malice as a part of an effort to end fossil fuels. Excellent. I think that is a true statement. This effort would, we got to be energy independent. The transition to renewables puts storage in there. I love storage. Great. I understand it, but you can't fund it. Funding storage is huge. It takes critical minerals like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's just the requirement for energy storage. This is about the third paragraph down. In the renewables plus storage energy economy leaves us dependent on technology, which for the most part does not exist today and might never exist. I love that. Normally you'd see it makes us dependent on China. Crackers. There we are again, dependent on China, especially when they have all the water in the world up in that Tibet area.
Yeah, I think my stance on energy independence. I think the quote you have at the
kill
bottom,
the whales.
Yes, kill the whales. I think the quote at the bottom of the article says it great. The urge to save humanity is almost always a false front for the urge to rule. That's H.L. Mencken, and it is unfortunately true.
That is unfortunately it, but I'll tell you what, I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you for letting me keep the Keanu Reeves story in. I'd like to tell our listeners, Michael, I have to defend stories on here because he wants to boom anything that doesn't have to do with energy. So thank you, Michael.
You tossed me a story with Keanu Reeves has a message for China. It's you got to convince me how it sticks in. But luckily it's the fourth, guys. I'm in a jolly mood, so we let it through.
I tied it to energy.
It is true. What else we got, Stu, before we let him get out of here?
Oh man, that's it. It's going to be a great short week. I'm tired.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to let you get out of here and get back to work. Guys, we appreciate it. Here you joining us on this Wednesday. For Stuart, I'm Michael Tanner, guys. Just see you tomorrow.